On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Nervous.
Worried and anxious about something, relating to the nerves.
Examples:
Development of the nervous system. Get nervous. He suffers from nervous breakdowns.
Bud.
A small swelling on a plant stem or twig containing an undeveloped shoot.
Examples:
Pinch off a bud. Bud grafting. The flower was starting to show its bud and would soon bloom into a beautiful blossom.
Practically.
Almost or nearly.
Examples:
Practically constant. Practically impossible to find a parking spot. The store is practically empty.
Eclipse.
An obscuring of one celestial body by another, often used to describe a lunar or solar eclipse, a period of obscurity or decline, often used to describe a decline in popularity or influence. Verb: to surpass, overshadow, or outshine someone or something.
Examples:
Partial eclipse. Eclipse a competitor. People across the country gathered to watch the solar eclipse in wonder and amazement.
Hover.
To stay in one place in the air.
Examples:
Hover between life and death. Hover around the table. Two birds were hovering overhead.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Giggle.
To laugh lightly and repeatedly in a silly, nervous, or childlike way.
Examples:
Giggle like a child. Giggle uncontrollably. When we saw the animals at the zoo playfully chasing each other, we all started to giggle.
Slump.
To fall or sink suddenly, often due to loss of support or stability, to decline or decrease abruptly, as in business or economic conditions, to become despondent or dispirited. Noun, a sudden or prolonged decline or drop in value, price, or quality.
Examples:
Slump against pillows. Economic slump. Sales of the product slumped after the negative reviews were published.
Mess.
A state of confusion, dirtiness, or untidiness. Verb, to fail to do something or to make something dirty or untidy.
Examples:
Have a whole mess. Get into a mess. He made a frightful mess in his room.
Rewind.
To make something, such as a film or tape, go back to the beginning.
Examples:
Rewind a film. Manually rewind the tape. Please rewind the thread onto the reel.
Crush.
To press it firmly, usually with your hands or a tool, so that it becomes flat or smaller.
Examples:
Crush coffee beans. Crush a revolt. The car was completely crushed in the accident.
Unprepared.
Not properly or adequately prepared, lacking preparation, not ready.
Examples:
Unprepared speech. Unprepared for the exam. The unprepared student struggled on the test and received a low grade.
Ambush.
The act of hiding and waiting for someone before the sudden attack.
Examples:
Attacking from ambush. Ambush marketing. Armed police officers lay in ambush in front of the criminal's house.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Panic.
A sudden strong feeling of fear that cannot be controlled and prevents reasonable thought and action.
Examples:
A panic reaction. Panic buying. The participation of oil-producing countries in the war caused panic in the financial markets.
Sweep.
To clean something, especially a floor or an area, by using a broom, move swiftly and smoothly.
Examples:
Sweep up dead leaves. Sweep a room with a glance. The politician tried to sweep the embarrassing incident under the rug.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
All in a sweat. Sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Palm.
The inner surface of the hand from the wrist to the base of the fingers, any plant of the family Palmae having an unbranched trunk crowned by large pinnate or palmate leaves.
Examples:
The palm side of the forearm. Coconut palm trees. This high-performance camera is compact enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Foggy.
Characterized by or filled with dense clouds of mist or fog, unclear or hazy, as in thought or memory.
Examples:
Foggy morning. Foggy memory. The foggy weather made it difficult to see the road ahead.
Stumble.
To miss a step and fall or nearly fall, to walk unsteadily.
Examples:
Stumble financially. Stumble through life. She stumbled over the tree root. The The feeling of distress and disbelief that you have when something bad happens accidentally. Verb, to confuse or stun someone with a sudden intense light or loud noise.
Examples:
Walk around in a daze. Days of sleep. He was in a daze from the sudden news and couldn't process it properly.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Spike.
A narrow, thin, pointed piece of metal, wood, etc., a sudden large increase in the magnitude or concentration of something.
Examples:
To spike. To prevent blood sugar spikes. The recent spike in grain prices is partly due to the war in the producing countries.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Primitive.
Of or relating to an early stage of society with no industry or technological development, simple, naive, or old-fashioned in style.
Examples:
Primitive society. Artifact of a primitive humankind. The industry in this country is still primitive.
Cave.
A large hole in the side of a hill, cliff, mountain, or under the ground.
Examples:
Domiciliary caves. The mouth of the cave. Bats reside in sheltered caves.
Confront.
To face, meet, or deal with a problem or difficult situation or person.
Examples:
Confront a global warming. Confront the issue. He finally decided to confront problems directly.
Saber.
A type of sword with a curved blade, typically used in cavalry or fencing.
Examples:
Saber fencing. Ceremonial saber. The military commander drew his saber and shouted orders to the troops.
Specification.
A detailed description of the characteristics, features, or requirements of something, typically a product or system, a written statement that outlines the standards, procedures, or requirements for a project or job.
Examples:
Functional specification. Engineering specification. The project specifications outline the goals and requirements for the team to complete.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Hormone.
A chemical substance made by organs that encourages or influences the development, growth, sex, etc., of an animal and is carried around the body in the blood.
Examples:
Hormone secretion. Female hormone. The doctor diagnosed me with a hormone disorder.
Oxygen.
The chemical element with the symbol O that is present in air and water and is necessary for people, animals, and plants to live.
Examples:
The hydrogen binds the oxygen. Lack of oxygen. The passenger grabbed for the oxygen mask.
Flee.
To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger.
Examples:
Flee their homes. Flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Plight.
A difficult or unfortunate situation.
Examples:
Miserable plight. The plight of the poor. The government has ignored the plight of the homeless population.
Traffic.
The movement of vehicles, people, or goods along a route or through a transport system. The amount of such movement in a particular place or at a particular time.
Examples:
Traffic jam. Heavy traffic. We decided to take a detour to avoid the construction traffic on the main road.
Ponder.
To think deeply or carefully about something.
Examples:
Ponder divine matters. Ponder life's meaning. She sat quietly, pondering the difficult decision.
Pollution.
The introduction of harmful substances or waste into the natural environment that causes adverse change.
Examples:
Environmental pollution. High levels of air pollution. The pollution is endangering the local plants and animals.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
Intern civilians. Medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Hypothalamus.
A basal part of the brain that autonomically controls body temperature, hunger, and the release of hormones.
Examples:
Anterior hypothalamus. Hypothalamus hemorrhage. Oxytocin is also produced in the nucleus of the hypothalamus.
Controller.
A person or device that manages or regulates the operation of a system, equipment, or machine, a high-level position within an organization responsible for overseeing management, operations, and reporting.
Examples:
Controller board, financial controller. The gaming controller was the missing piece I needed to enjoy my video games fully.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Corticosteroid.
A synthetic steroid hormone that is commonly used to reduce inflammation and treat a variety of medical conditions, including asthma, allergies, and arthritis.
Examples:
Oral corticosteroid. Corticosteroid injection. The doctor prescribed a corticosteroid cream to treat my itchy rash.
Trigger.
To make something happen suddenly, to cause something such as a device, machine, etc., to function.
Examples:
Trigger a biochemical response. Trigger inflation. The incident triggered a political controversy.
Pituitary.
A small, pea-sized gland located at the base of the brain that influences the growth and sexual development of the body by producing hormones.
Examples:
Pituitary hormone. Anterior pituitary. The pituitary gland is responsible for releasing hormones that regulate growth and metabolism.
Gland.
A group of cells in an animal's body that produce substances needed by the body and release them through ducts or directly into the bloodstream.
Examples:
The function of the thyroid gland. A mammary gland. The adrenal glands produce steroids.
Pea.
A small, round, green vegetable that grows in pods on a climbing plant and is eaten as a vegetable.
Examples:
Pea protein. Pea family. She shelled the peas and added them to the pot.
Adrenal.
Relating to two glands situated above the kidneys, called the adrenal gland.
Examples:
Adrenal gland. Adrenal cortex. The doctor ordered tests to check the patient's adrenal function.
Stimming.
A behavior often exhibited by individuals on the autism spectrum characterized by repetitive bodily movements or sounds, such as hand flapping or rocking, often used as a form of self-regulation or sensory stimulation.
Examples:
Autistic stimming. Stimming therapy. Autistic children may engage in stimming behaviors, such as rocking or hand flapping, to self-regulate.
Kidney.
Either of a pair of small organs in the body that filter waste products, especially urea, from the blood and excrete them, and water in urine.
Examples:
An artificial kidney. Chronic kidney disease. The surgeon removed the healthy kidney from the donor.
Cortisol.
A hormone produced by the adrenal gland that is involved in regulating the body's metabolism, immune system, and blood pressure.
Examples:
Cortisol stress. Excessive cortisol. Cortisol levels in the body are often elevated during times of stress.
Superhuman.
Possessing abilities or characteristics that exceed those of normal humans, beyond human capacity or capability.
Examples:
Superhuman beings. Superhuman effort. The athlete's superhuman strength allowed him to lift twice his body weight.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples:
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Courage.
The ability to face danger, difficulty, uncertainty, or pain without being overcome by fear or despair. The quality of being brave or courageous.
Examples:
Mental courage. Inspire courage. It takes a lot of courage to stand up for what you believe is right.
Inflammation.
A physical condition in which a part of the body becomes red, painful, hot, and often swollen, especially as a reaction to infection or injury.
Examples:
Reduce inflammation and pain. Inflammation of the lungs. The medicine soothes the pain of chronic inflammation.
Suppress.
To bring something under control by force or authority, to put an end by force.
Examples:
Suppress a yawn. Suppress a revolt. The doctor prescribed medication to suppress the patient's appetite.
Immune.
Protected against a particular disease or toxin due to the presence of specific antibodies or sensitized white blood cells.
Examples:
Immune from criminal prosecution. The cell of the immune system. The vaccination does not necessarily make you completely immune.
Susceptible.
Easily influenced, harmed, or affected by something.
Examples:
A susceptible young woman. Susceptible of proof. Well-stretched muscles are less susceptible to injury.
Infection.
A condition in which pathogenic microorganisms or viruses have entered the body.
Examples:
a bacterial infection. Treat the infection with antibiotics. Hospitals must meet various standards to prevent nosocomial infections.
Acne.
A skin condition that causes pimples, blackheads, and other blemishes on the face, chest, and back.
Examples:
acne breakout, painful acne. Stress can contribute to acne development on the skin.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
pathogenic bacteria, harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Pimple.
A small, inflamed spot or swelling on the surface of the skin, typically caused by clogged pores or sebaceous glands, a colloquial term for an acne blemish.
Examples:
pimple treatment. Get rid of a pimple. The pimple outbreak on his face made him feel self-conscious.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Churn.
To stir or agitate a liquid, substance, or mixture vigorously to produce foam or because of violent movement, to cause a large number of people to move or leave, to produce something, such as money, through continuous activity or turnover.
Examples:
churn out manufactured goods. Churn in my stomach. The cream needs to be churned for several minutes before it becomes butter.
Lipid.
Any of a group of organic compounds, including fats, oils, and waxes, that are insoluble in water, but soluble in organic solvents, and are essential constituents of living cells.
Examples:
lipid metabolism, blood lipid profile. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like fish and nuts, are a type of lipid that is good for heart health.
Sebaceous.
Relating to or secreting a fatty or oily substance, particularly in the skin or hair follicles, often associated with the formation of acne or other skin conditions.
Examples:
sebaceous glands, sebaceous cyst. Acne is often caused by sebaceous oils clogging the pores on the skin.
Swell.
To become larger or more inflated, to become more intense or important.
Examples:
swell at room temperature. Swell a population. His arm was swelling from the insect bite.
Inflame.
To cause very strong feelings such as anger or excitement in a person or a group of people.
Examples:
Inflame skin. Inflame his passion. Her eyes inflamed with crying.
Pore.
A tiny hole in the skin of people or other animals that sweat can pass through. Verb, to read carefully or study attentively.
Examples:
Woody pore fungi. Pore over reference books. I was sweating at every pore.
Trap.
A piece of equipment or hole for catching animals or people. Verb, to catch animals or people and prevent them from escaping.
Examples:
Set a trap. Trap an animal. The enemy fell right into the trap.
Pesky.
Causing annoyance, irritation, or trouble, persistent in a vexing or troublesome manner.
Examples:
Dealing with pesky. Pesky problem. The pesky fly kept buzzing around my head.
Thrive.
To grow vigorously, to make steady progress.
Examples:
Thrive in a society. Thrive on pressure. Without investment, a business cannot thrive.
Neuropeptide.
A type of molecule that is made up of chains of amino acids and is involved in transmitting messages between neurons in the brain and nervous system.
Examples:
Neuropeptide receptor. Neuropeptide release. Experiments with neuropeptide inhibitors have shown promising results in alleviating chronic pain.
Testosterone.
A male hormone that is responsible for the development of male secondary sex characteristics.
Examples:
Testosterone enhancer. A synthetic derivative of testosterone. Training with sufficient intensity increases blood testosterone levels.
Boost.
To improve, raise, or increase something.
Examples:
Boost the economy. Boost flexibility. The new service helped boost net income by 10%.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Situ.
Short for situated, meaning located or placed in a particular position or circumstance.
Examples:
Ex situ conservation. In situ control. Melanoma in situ is considered the earliest stage of melanoma and has a high cure rate with appropriate treatment.
Unavoidable.
Impossible to avoid or evade, inevitable.
Examples:
an unavoidable accident. Under unavoidable circumstances. There are now fears that war is unavoidable.
Confident.
Feeling sure about your abilities or qualities, or having trust in people, plans, or the future.
Examples:
feel confident. A confident remark. I'm not confident in our victory.
Approaching.
Drawing nearer in time or space, coming close to someone or something.
Examples:
approaching deadline. Approaching retirement. The approaching storm clouds filled the sky with ominous darkness.